Hey everybody, Jake here, and I got some new stuff. I'll wait for people to kind of start showing up. Once I get my obligatory one person, I'll go ahead and get started. This here's a package from Olamic. It's nothing that exciting. Don't get too excited. And then I have some stuff from Massdrop. I also have a new knife that I picked up while I was in Savannah. We just got back maybe 30 minutes ago, if that. So the first thing I have to actually do is, hello there, person. Let me get this pulled up so that if you want to talk, the single individual who's in here, I can talk with you. Let's see. All right, get the chat pulled up, and that one person left. You guys are killing me. So while no one's here, before I do the unboxings, I actually need to fix this because this is touching the scale. Two people are here now. Okay, two people. I have a question. Would you like to see the disassembly and maintenance of this real quick? Or would you like for me to open the new pen package or the new knife-related package? If any of you have any input, you have 15 seconds. Go. Just whatever you want. Anything. It's all going to get done at some point, but we got to start somewhere. 8 seconds. Come on. You can do it. No one? Okay, we're going to start with the pen stuff then. Alright, this knife is not that great, but it kind of sort of works. So let's go ahead and get to this new pen-related junk that I got from Massdrop. I'm actually kind of excited about this because this is from a company I haven't had anything from before. This is... Okay, this is from Fountain Pen Revolution. So I got a bottle of that ink, and I also, that like broke. I also got two of their pens. So I have the bottle of ink from Fountain Pen Revolution, and then two of their pens. So let's go ahead and take a look. I think this whole set was like $20, but I had a credit, so it came down to $10. Apologies for the glare over here. I'm going to try to kind of get around that. So let's take a look. One of these was gotten for me, and one was gotten for my wife. This one was mine. This is interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look. So I do believe this is a piston filler. These smell awful. I can smell it from here, but I just had to verify. I meant for one of us to get the flex nib, but we accidentally both got broad nibs, so that's something. Yeah, see, these are a piston filler pen. Two of these for $20 is pretty solid, I'm not going to lie. It is tiny. It is very, very little, but that's okay. So yeah, I got the orange and black one, and my wife got the entirely clear one. Same nib size. Again, that was on accident. But here, at least, you'll get to see the piston operate. So you can see it going back and forth. So initial thoughts on build quality and stuff, not great, especially for what was probably about $10 a piece. A lot of pens coming out of China have better quality than this, but that's just a quick first judgment. I'm obviously going to test them both out and go from there. And they only had two options of ink that you could pick from. They had a black and a blue black, so I got the blue black. This is 1 ounce, 30 milliliters of the Fountain Pen Revolution blue black ink. I won't be filling these right now, as that would go against the 30 inks, 30 days challenge thing I'm doing right now. But I will be using one of them tomorrow, probably the orange one. So keep an eye on my Instagram, and you'll get to take a look at that. See, these are pretty nice. This color is pretty pleasant. There's a lot of tooling marks. You won't be able to see it because of how this is streaming. There's a lot of indentation and damaged parts from the tools. The quality on these is not that good, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not disappointed because after everything was said and done, I paid about $5 for each pen. The ink was free, if you want to count it that way. But I was expecting something. I'd heard a lot about Fountain Pen Revolution. Uh-oh, looks like I'm backing out the piston. I did indeed, on accident. You can kind of see down the pen now. But yeah, so I'm not too shocked by all of this, but I was expecting something. It's just going to keep backing out. We'll have to work on that later. Do these post? They do. I may actually prefer it posted. It's a fairly long pen. Hello, other person. Yeah, fit and finish isn't great on these. The clip looks askew. I'm pretty certain. You can actually see it lifting already up off of the cap. Yeah, these pens are probably going to get torn to pieces by me. I'm just going to be honest with you. Just fit and finish. Hey there. Hello to you as well. Hope you're doing good right now. Hope you had a good day. Just got back from Savannah. Unboxing all the stuff that I missed while I was there. I do have some news, by the way, so if you guys are tuned into the live stream, stay till the end. And I have a, maybe not an announcement, but we'll, for another live stream. Yeah, build quality on the orange one isn't great. Let me do a quick overview of the silver one. See, it's going to be a little, or the clear one, not silver. It's going to be a little more difficult to see on this one because it is transparent, but yeah. 2:34 a.m. out here. I am very sorry. It is 8:34 p.m. over here. I'm in South Carolina, Standard Eastern Time, United States, but I believe you are in Germany. And yeah, I apologize for it being so late. Hopefully this one won't last too terribly long. I was just, you know, completely destroying these Fountain Pen Revolution pens for build quality. But if they're amazing writers, they can certainly redeem themselves. So yeah, piston filter's a little stick slippy. Build quality is not fantastic. This one has that same problem where it's just kind of tilted up. I'm not sure. I'm not really blown away by these, but I'm going to give them a chance like I do with every other pen. And it'll be fun to test out this ink from them as well. So those videos will be coming up. I do have a knife-related thing here. So I'll go ahead and open it next. It's not a knife, though. The transparent one looks really nice, and yes, I'm in Germany. I'm glad you like the transparent one. I kind of do as well. This is the one my wife picked out. This is the one that I wanted. So hopefully she likes that color. She's very, very fond of TWSBIs now that I've gotten her into them. So that's probably why she likes the transparent one there. Go ahead and open this up. Move my hand up out of the way, because it's never wise to cut toward yourself. And of course, this UPS package is very, very well sealed. Let me go ahead and open it this way. There we go. Okay, we should be able to open it from here by hand. These priority flat rate boxes are a gift and a curse. Okay, so I picked up something from Olamic Cutlery, and it's something that I've been wanting from them for a while, and it's about the only thing I can afford from them. For Halloween, they brought back their one bead that I like. If you are into knives at all, you probably know beads can be a big part of the knife collection. This is my first one. This is a little bat design they have, and I'm not going to lie, the detail on this thing is amazing. TWSBIs are pretty great and durable. Durability is an aspect that should never be put into the same sentence as a little Lamy Ion. I haven't tried Lamy Ion or Aeon, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I've been interested in it, but it's just too far out of my comfortability price range for experimentation. The only Lamys that I've tried really are the Safari, the All-Star, the Nex, and the 2000. I've never tried anything in their mid-range, so I'd be interested to take a look, but with the price, it would have to, durability would have to be very, very high on that list, and if it's not, I'm kind of disappointed. But I would probably try one of those out before I purchased one. So again, if you're just tuning in, this is the little bat bead I got from Olamic. I have no idea what knife I'm going to put this on yet. It's a little bit larger than I thought it would be. Not that that's a bad thing, necessarily. Here it is next to a my carry for the day, the Jinhao Shark pen. Pretty long pen, pretty big bat. These pens, the review will be coming up soon. I'm still trying to get my thoughts together on them. They're not terrible, but I've had multiple issues as far as the nib goes with both of the ones that I have. So that's definitely going to be covered. I'm going to try to use them a little bit more just to see. Wind blew it off the table before I was even able to write a single pen. 5mm dent in my brand new pen. Now I don't even want to look at it. That's completely understandable. I'm assuming the ion's made out of aluminum or aluminium, depending on where you are and how you mispronounce aluminum. Weren't able to write a single page before it flew off. Yeah, that's really depressing, especially with a new pen like that. My condolences on that. That's disappointing. Aluminum is one of those things. It's light and it's a little bit better than plastic in some cases, but it's not great. This is the knife I actually carried to Savannah. This is my Real Steel Metamorph. It's very slim, very sleek, and it is made out of aluminum. And I've tried very, very hard not to dent or scratch it because it's not as durable as titanium or some sort of plastic or something like that as far as denting and breaking. Plastic will scratch up easier than it, but you know, it's aluminum dings up pretty quickly, pretty bad. So this is a little bat that I got. I'm excited. I just missed the Olamic branding in there. You probably won't be able to see it, but yeah, this is pretty cool. If you're curious about these are, in my opinion, extremely expensive. They're about $35 on Olamic's site. Last thing, as far as the live stream goes, like I said, this one's going to be pretty short. I picked this up on the trip to Savannah. This is a Buck Vantage Select. I overpaid for it, but it was supporting a knife shop in the area, so that's okay. Only problem is the blade is scratching the show side scale or outliner. So I need to disassemble this and try to get it somewhat working, kind of at least. So as far as new products, that's going to be it. I'll show you one more time. Got the two new Fountain Pen Revolution pens, both in a broad nib, Fountain Pen Revolution ink, and the Olamic Bat Bead. Speaking of Olamic, when they posted the news about the new beads, they showed a busker that was black and with orange Cerakote, and for Halloween, I'm guessing. It looked pretty amazing. Let's go back out of this pivot here. My TWSBI 580 all are, though. I tried to put it into my Eastpak pouch, put into a rubber loop, slipped out of the loop, and got launched away. Obviously hit the ground. Nothing embarrassing. Nothing embarrassing Lamy. Yeah, the 580s, I love the 580s. Goodness gracious, I love them. I'm interested in the R. It seems pretty compelling. But yeah, the build quality in 580 is great. Dominic said, nice knife. Thanks, Dominic. I just picked this up. This is my first buck. And on the pivot, there's a little bit of resistance. Not too bad. You can see there was some blue Loctite. So let me go ahead and see if I can punch out the pivot here, maybe. Sometimes opening the blade up a little bit will make that a tad bit easier on you. Yep. Pull the pivot right through, and I'll go ahead and remove this blade. And I think this thing's running on phosphor bronze washers. Oh, it has an internal stop pin. Okay, so I'm actually going to have to remove the scales first. That's okay. You live and you learn. So there's the pivot and the pivot screw. Sorry about the glare on these corners over here, guys. I have the LG V30 as my main camera at the moment. And every time I go live on YouTube, it defaults to the wide-angle lens, so that is what you're seeing when you're watching my videos. I will have to remove the clip to get up under that one. Oh, that scared me. That's the other washer. Everything is falling out because I disassembled this knife wrong. But that's okay. It's all right. Go ahead and take out this clip down here. The clip's very, very nice. It's very interesting, ambidextrous deep carry clip. And to switch it over, all you gotta do is unscrew these two and then literally flip it. And that's it, which is, like I said, very, very interesting as far as clips go. It's been a very, very nice clip. What brand and model is my screwdriver? I'm not sure the exact model. This is a Weehaw bit driver, though. It come exactly like this, essentially, and I like it because I can just pop them on and off. They do have larger sets, but this has everything that I need in it. I think it was $15 maybe, but the quality on these Weehaw drivers is great. They don't strip out nearly as badly as a lot of the other bit drivers that I've tried in the past. Let's see. Another chat here. My Lamy Ion has a lot of stress cracks in the finish of the cap from the factory. Now I know for sure these are stress cracks because they are around the dent as well. that screw is completely gone, and I'll probably never find it again. I'm kidding. I'll look for it in a bit. You would think at the price that Lamy is charging for those pens, they would put a bit more attention into the build quality of them. And to be honest, it's very, very disappointing that they don't. If you're going to charge, I think it's 70 or 80 US dollars for it, that's a lot. So you can see the scale here. These are GRN, which is glass reinforced nylon, as well as the internal stop pin here, keeping the blade from exiting like I wanted it to. And we have one last screw on the clip side scale, or show side if you're a lefty. I think it goes about here. Very handy, solves the storage of various bits. Yes, it does. That's one of the things that I love the most about this is I can just pop them on and off. So I keep the Torx on the upward side. So 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's really usually the 6 and 8 that I use. So on the liners on this, it has even more screws, which is interesting. But that's okay. This is for the spacer, back spacer. And these two down here are going to be for the, I'm sorry, this is standoff. These are back spacer. Knife turns. There are too damn many of them. I'm trying to keep this all together, but there's so many freaking parts to such a simplistic knife. It's literally a liner lock, and there are 874 parts to this. Okay, now we can do something. This looks like it was running almost completely dry, actually. I'm not seeing anything. No wonder the action was garbage. One thing I will say, this the blade's almost kind of crowned. And I think if you don't overpay for this knife like I did, you can pick these up for about $25. So it's not bad. Let's see. Yeah, for 70 to 80 bucks, get something else for sure. Except the 2000 might be. Except the 2000, it might be really good and durable. I have a Lamy logo 205 ballpoint from then. It was also made of aluminum. The Lamy logo looks interesting as well. But yeah, the 2000 is great. The material they use on it's great. The fit and finish is wonderful. That's definitely one of my favorite pens for sure. My battery is at 15%. I don't have my charger, so hopefully I'll get to finish this before it ends. Let's see. Let me grab some anode oil. And we will commence the reassembly of this knife. So first things first, let me go ahead and actually put the show side scale back on first, just to prevent any potential damage. Let me see if I can find that screw really quickly. Oh wow, where'd it go? I'll find it later. We'll just do a partial reassembly. This is not going how I wanted it to go. Oh goodness gracious. That's for the back spacer. This is for the scale. Yep, there we go. Where did my bit driver go? I'm so disorganized. We literally just got back from like a 4-hour drive, so I'm a little bit all over the place. So I do apologize for that. And now you can go ahead and insert the pivot, which as you notice is D-shaped, so you have to make sure you insert it the correct way. Go ahead and fit that in, and we'll just stack everything on top of it like a nice knife sandwich. So put a little bit of oil there. Yeah, this is running completely dry. I'm not seeing any previous oil on this at all, which is probably why the action was absolute freaking garbage. The Lamy logo, or the Lamy ballpoint refills are great. Very less pressure needed right with it, and I haven't gone through a single refill in 2.5 years of school. I've used this pen 85% total. Impressive. Yeah, Lamy, most of the experiences I've had with Lamy are absolutely wonderful. They really, really are. I've tried their Lamy Pico ballpoint for a while, and I liked it a lot. So that doesn't surprise me that their ballpoint refills are good. It was impressive. I'd get one if it weren't so expensive. It's just I don't use ballpoints that much because I have fountain pens and roller balls, and I prefer both of those over a ballpoint. Ballpoint's usually the last resort for me. But if I had to get one, it would probably be a Lamy. Probably the Pico, but maybe not. Let's go ahead and fit this lock bar side liner on. And now we can slot in the back spacer, which has the clip screw holes. And the standoff. We'll put that in. Let me go and screw this in, and well, no. The standoff's probably going to be the more challenging bit here, so let me go ahead and put it in. It's not shouldered, and what that means is that it doesn't sit in a particular little groove. So it's going to be a little bit of a pain to get it to sit there and stay. But we can certainly do it. Gonna kind of have to go a little off camera here for a minute just to get that screwed in. And now we can slide in the back spacer, especially if we do it the correct way. There we go. I've actually wanted to try the Lamy Dialogue 3 for a while. It's very expensive. I almost picked one up at the Pen Show in Atlanta, but the particular seller that I found that had it, he was not very good, and I didn't want to support him with my money, so I didn't get it. That's probably one of the pens I'm going to pick up on my trip to Europe next year. The only other pen I could think that I'd want to pick up really is a Conid bulk filler. I really like their Antwerp pen models. They're just gorgeous, kind of like dragon scale acrylic. Looks really, really, really cool. Lamy pens in Germany are pretty okay in terms of price. A CP1 or an Ion costs about as much as a TWSBI Eco. Really? 40 euros for them, $40, 40 euros for the same one. American pays $4, we pay 40 euros now. No difference in expensiveness. That's a really good price on Lamys, so they're about 40 euros. If you can get, you know, the fact that you just said it's as much as a TWSBI Eco should say something for, you know, the value of the Lamy pens over there. But in your opinion, let me know if the TWSBI Eco is better. I really like the Eco. I've tried the CP1 or the Ion. CP1 because it's too thin, and the Ion because it's just too expensive for me. But I'd be very interested to know how you think that the quality stacks up, because you seem like you've had a bit more time with them than I have. So I'd be extremely interested to know how you think they do in terms of competitiveness with the, you know, over here in the States, there's a massive price difference. I'll tell you that. A TWSBI Eco is about $28, and a Lamy Ion is about $70 to $80, so it's almost triple. So if they're even close in terms of quality, I'd be a little disappointed. Okay, we'll put the pocket clip in last. I really want to try to get this pivot done in the Action Tune before my camera dies. Is this going to go in? Please? Thank you. Yep, there we go. The Eco is 40 euros, and the CP1 is 32 euros, and the Ion is 37 euros. So far as you get around 17 euros, depending on the version and nib size. So the Lamy CP1 and the Lamy Ion, at least in Germany, are cheaper than the TWSBI Eco, which is very interesting. Okay, that is still very much scratching, so let's go ahead and tighten this up a little bit. We'll try to get centering, you know, decent at least. The centering looks pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, it's still not great. So, yeah, we got out of time. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to break this knife in, I'm thinking. But the flipper tab works okay. The action's very, very stiff. For this to be a somewhat high-end knife in bucks range, that's a joke. It's one of the Made in America lines. For it to be Made in America, though, and for them to be bragging about that, the quality is kind of crappy compared to a lot of the Japanese knives that or not Japanese, Chinese knives that I've handled. There we go. It's pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, so those are my acquisitions from Savannah. Got the Buck Vantage Select. While I was gone, I got the Fountain Pen Revolution ink, 2 of the Fountain Pen Revolution pens, and I knocked over my nano oil, and I got the Olamic bat bead. Now, I mentioned that if you stay till the end, I would have something kind of cool to announce. I hopefully will be having another live stream soon, within the next couple of days. And the reasoning behind that is, I won't say who yet, but I may be getting an Esterbrook Esty, the new one in, and I would love to do initial impressions of that pen. That pen's very interesting to me, and I would love to see if it's worth the price. So I'm going to be very excited to check that out. So keep an eye out for that. There may be a few other things coming as well. I've been trying to get a lot of stuff to review, so we'll see how that goes. I might get a Lamy 2000 Macrolon and Fine, but definitely not this year. I definitely recommend the Lamy 2000. It's one of the best pens that I've bought. It's definitely making my top 5 this year. It's great. The nib is amazing. The piston mechanism is wonderful. It's probably one of my favorite pens, period. We'll see how far it gets up in the list, but yeah, Lamy 2000 is great. So if you can pick one up, I would definitely recommend it. Well, guys, that's going to be it for now. So I'll go ahead and hop off here. I hope you all are having a good night. If you're in Germany and it's 2:55 a.m., I hope you're able to get some sleep. I wish you had a nice evening. I hope to see you later. Just want to get before the stream is there, but I'm still here. All right. Well, thank you very, very much for that. I hope you have a nice evening as well. I hope all of you have a wonderful night wherever you are. Bye, guys.